right, well, hey there, it's Angeline here. Our seeds finally came in the mail. So we're gonna open them up, see what we got here. I also took a little trip to Lowe's the other day, picked up some plants. I saw some things and picked up some plants. So we're gonna kind of look over what we got, what we're doing. Try to get you guys tripoded up so you can see what came in. All right, so let's get started. Today's a good time to garden. All right, so here is our box. It came. So excited, making sure I can see you guys. I brought this out to see how they're doing. We're gonna do a little quick check-in because of course some of these need to go in here. So let's let's see how they're doing. We got the dill. We got some true leaves showing on our dill. All right, well, anyway, let's start with what we got here. So we got our box. I also ordered these 10. These are covers to help with algae growth, to prevent algae growth. So what you do is, of course, these plants are at their very beginning, but when plants are a lot older, we put the covers on them. So this is where we're at here. Okay, so we have our first team member, and our first team member is in the mood for some juice. All right, so we have our seeds that came in, and we have our covers. So we're gonna take these off and put them on. We got a juice break. So we got our stevia. Can't wait to try that. We have one that's outside. We have our lavender. I don't know if we have one in our garden. We'll see. We have our yellow Swiss chard, which definitely I've been waiting to put in. Go get the juice. And then we have our cilantro. We have our oregano. And we have our Tokyo Benga. All right, come. Let me take her to the kitchen to get her juice. Go to the kitchen. Celine has the juice. Celine, give her the juice.
I don't know what juice.
All right, so about a quick break. So we have what is this? 6 seeds, and then we got 2 more, 3 more. Oh, and we got some here. We got this garlic chives, butter crunch, and some more dill. I think that was our last dill. Then we got the covers. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to put these covers on to keep the plants that we currently have safe and protected from algae. So we got 10 of them. So we're going to go to our garden and see who needs their safety. 1, 2, 3. Make sure I have all of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we got our protections here. So we're gonna go here, see if anyone is in need of them, any of the plants need them. Yes.
I cut it in half.
I see. I see if any of the plants need them, and then I'm gonna get my peroxide spray here because I like to spray them before I put them on. So I sprayed them with a little bit of peroxide, which also helps with stopping any growth from happening. So we are here. We got top row is covered. The thyme is not, but the thyme is doing well. We got our sweet peppers that have one on it, and our watercress that also has one on already. So there's some I've been using them already. This lettuce is very mature. Our tomatoes have it. Our Swiss chard does not. Swiss chard has been here since November. It's doing fine without it. It doesn't seem to be taking over. We have a cover here. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got our pepper plant here. Which one is this? A Goliath pepper. Doing very well. We have our kale. The kale's coming out soon, so I won't put one on there. Let's see who else. There should be some down here that may or may not. Here we go. This is one that definitely needs. Here's one that definitely needs one. So our tarragon, here's an example of a plant that needs one. Now let me just pick it up so it's closer. Our tarragon has a lot of growth going on. So here it is. You see all that stuff growing there. So this is why we will put the cover on, and then we don't have to worry about all this because it will block the light, and then it won't have all this growth happening. These is very unhealthy for younger plants. The older plants like this is not too bad, but the younger plants, I mean, this one is not young, old, but any plants that are
Mom,
less than mature,
Mom.
it's very important. The algae competes with nutrients, and the plant doesn't get any. So what I do is, let me just put this down. I have my mixture of peroxide and water here, so I spray the inside of it. So it has peroxide already, just to take care of some of the algae that's already there. And then I open it up and put it over the plant. Make sure that where the plant is growing it's not cutting it off. And it goes right in the center. So there we go. I'm doing it midair. Usually I don't take it off when I do it. I put it directly on the plant, and there we go.
Bob.
It fits in, and it covers up all the algae or the growth by blocking the light. So there we have it. So then that's one. See if anyone else needs this. The cilantro down here is covered, growing pretty well. Our peppers are doing good. This is our banana pepper. It doesn't have one, but it seems fine. If I have extra one, I'll put it on. Let's go over to the other side where I'm sure there's quite a few of them that need it. So let's go to our other garden. This one here. And yes, we have quite a few that are in need of these covers. Also, there's a lot of them that aren't filled. So once we check our nursery, we'll see if someone else needs to go in here, and they'll definitely get one of these covers. All right, so what do we have here? We have this onion. The onion plant definitely needs one. I mean, it's been growing quite a while without it, so I'm gonna rush to put it on. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it would look, the purple kohlrabi has a lot of stuff growing there, but however, the only issue is I don't think the kohlrabi itself would be able to grow good. So we have our lettuce. This lettuce definitely has a lot of growth going on there, as you can see. So it has a lot of algae growth. So we're gonna put this on to stop that from happening. Again, every time I spray it with the peroxide, this is an optional part. See a little bit on there, but peroxide does help with any algae growth issues that you may have. And then you get the stem of the plant in there, and then I usually slide it into place. So that's how we get it together. Then we have hibiscus doing good. The kohlrabi has a lot of growth, but again, we don't want to put it over there. This lettuce, it's too hot. All these lettuces, they're not growing in properly. It's too hot. They're growing in bolted. It's too hot for the lettuce, so we're just gonna let them be. Let's see what plants we have going on down here. We have the oregano. The oregano is always fighting the good fight against our cauliflower. But yeah, these definitely need some down here, so I'm spraying 2 of them. I know definitely the oregano and the garlic chives need it. Our lemon pepper already has one. Both of our cucumbers already have a cover. The lemon balm, it's a lot of it. It's growing all over the place. It doesn't need a cover. The only tricky part about the oregano is that they're not all growing from the same place. So you got to kind of pull them all together. So let's get them all together and then open this up. And then get it over there, nice and covered. Yeah, we have quite a lot of empty spots. Then we can get this wiped off. Some of the algae growth out of here. And then the other one, our garlic chives. On this side, we'll get it cleaned up. Yes, go ask Celine for another one. Here, your ices. Okay. Then we have to cover it there. So today's definitely a Angelina and the team. All right, so we have our garlic chives. So let's see what's going on with our garden, our nursery, and we will go from there. Let's check our nursery. Yes. You want another one? Okay, that was also some of the stuff we stopped and purchased as well. Okay. Come on. All right, so here we are. Let's just check in on our plants here to see if we could put any of these seeds in this garden, or will we be moving, getting our backup garden, backup nursery going. So we have quite a few plants here. The pink celery, some of these we put recently in, so these 4 are recently added because we took out the other ones and put them in the green stalk. These are here just for the green stalk, these 2. This is gonna go back in, but anyway, let's just check to see how they're doing. So this pink Swiss chard just started. Oh, we got roots developing already. Where are we at? There we go. We got roots developing already pretty quickly. This one just went in here, I want to say a few days ago. Very recently. The dill's been in here, and that one just got here and sprouted. So we have nothing, no roots growing. This one probably in a day or 2 is time to go. The sorrel, nothing. And they're pretty moist down there, so we're not going to add any water. Okay, so this red mustard, we do have some plants growing. We have way more than nothing. So this one we have the roots growing. We have way more than 1.5 inches growing on the sides. So this one is okay to come out. We have, however, 4 of these growing here. We're gonna have to take some of these outside. It is pretty warm, so I don't want to put them. Maybe I'm gonna put them not outside, but in a pot inside, because it's hot. Then we have our thyme. Our thyme is just doing its own little thing here, just growing. Garlic chives they have a little bit of competition going on here. Let's see if there's anything in there. Has a little algae or something growing on it. I'm gonna spray this one. When I see algae growing on the pod, no seeds, I'm gonna spray it with some. That's why I spray it in my little mixture. We got oregano. Oregano is doing okay. This is growing in. No roots. Whoops, developing yet. Purple basil. Nothing. So far, we only have 1. Lemon basil. Nothing. Then our pink celery hasn't come out yet. So this one, we're going to give it a little spray. And I'm going to get a cup of water just so I can soak one of these and put it in the space. So let me get our spray. Because I do see some algae growing on our garlic chives. Again, this is really hot. So when stuff are growing that don't need to be growing here, and the plant itself is not growing, then I, give it a little spray. I'm spraying the bottom here with my peroxide mixture. Make sure it's not competing with anything. So this is a stage when algae could be detrimental. So we don't want it competing with anything. So we got our garlic chives. We're going to put it back in here. And I'm going to get a cup and we're going to pick one of those. All right, let's go get a cup with some water. Here's a cup right here. Has too much water. Now I just poured out some of the water. So we're going to see exactly how deep. It's usually 2/3 of the cup. So this should be enough water. And we're gonna decide what we're gonna do here, which one we're gonna choose. So of course we already have the dill that's in there, garlic chives in there, and butter crunch. I do like the lavender. We have a pink Swiss chard. I think a yellow Swiss chard is just pretty to have in a garden. Move this over. You guys let me know what I should pick. Yeah, it's just 3 on top, and because I need the bottom area. So there we go. So we got our 9. All right, so we have the stevia. We have one plant outside. It's kind of matured. I don't think we have. Let me see if we have any lavender. I don't think we have any lavender being grown. The yellow Swiss chard I just want because I think it's so pretty to add. So I think we're gonna go with because the lavender is the only thing we actually do not have anywhere. So we're gonna do a lavender, and then we are going to, because we're gonna put this lavender outside in our green stock, and then after the lavender, our next one will probably be the yellow or the stevia, because the yellow is just to add color and some beauty to our garden. So we're gonna go with the lavender. Let's put this in here. And then we have a cup of water. So basically, since usually you fill this up with water, you let them soak. But right now, no one needs a drink of water. So with that being said, we're just going to have this one soak by itself and then put it in. We can't have too much water in there. So of course, you take the paper off. Very important step. Remove the paper. I try to line it up here to see how deep the water is. A little less water than that. This looks about right. So it's like 1/3 of the thing. I had a little mini cup. And there we go. And we set it for 5 minutes. So let's look at the time. We let 5 minutes pass, and then we'll put it in our nursery and let it hang out with everyone else. In the meantime, we have our mustard, red mustard. And let's see what our plan is. I'm going to put this one in the kitchen in a small pot on the windowsill to let it grow. These do not grow super large. Like the ones outside, like the giants outside, these grow small to medium size. So the ones that I started from seed grow a lot larger. These grow a lot smaller. So we're gonna put these inside. It's like how they're growing in the garden. We'll let it grow inside in a much cooler environment because it is very hot outside. We have 100-degree weather. It's hot. All right, so we're just gonna leave one in here. I feel like this one looks like the most strongest, standing up the straightest right here. So we're gonna leave that one in there. We're gonna take these out. So it's loosening up the rock wool around these. This one's really small. Okay, we got some root that came out with it. This one is just kind of hanging out here. There we go. Got the root out with that one. And then this one, some of our deep rooters right here, because they have their true leaves. They're ready. Let's see where this one has rooted to. Let's open it up. All right, let's see if we can get it out. It's okay if we lose some of the roots. They'll grow back. We got a good amount of root to stay on. Then we have our green here. All right, so let's find a spot in the garden to put this. And since we're starting off here, we just put this on right from right now. It has its true leaves. You always want to wait till all the true leaves have come out. Also, another thing, because this has happened with the same mustard plant, I planted a plant, so this is empty. Planted a plant here, and then like 5 months later, another mustard seed planted grew. And then it grew underneath and through this. So let's put this in. We want it at the bottom. And then we're gonna put this in our garden. So let's see what spot it's. Of course, it doesn't need a lot of light. This is actually a great spot. And we don't remove the foil. Our foil cover. I'm gonna put this here and drop it in there. This is usually where I keep the mustards. There's another one that's right here. We got collard green. Oh, this collard green could use a protectant. So there goes our mustard plant, and there goes let's put a protectant on our collard green. Now, looking at it, the collard green is going to grow really big, but the mustard green will grow tall, so we don't have to worry about it really taking over the space. Yeah, it's definitely too hot outside to put a mustard green just out, even in one of our green stalks. So we are either going to put it inside or in the front, and because in the front it's a lot cooler. All right, so we have our other one that's been soaking. 5 minutes hasn't passed yet, our lavender. So we're just going to put it to the side. Let's kind of figure out what we want to do with our mustard greens. I didn't really think through that yet. Let's put back our seeds. I keep them in a dry place. Let me see let's go outside and see if we have any little pots that we can put them in. And if not, the ones in the front are doing pretty well. I guess we could have 2 different types of mustard greens growing in the front. Let's do that. Because they're doing pretty good, given the circumstance of the weather. But yeah, these aren't as large as the other ones. But let's go. Yeah, the ones in the front, they get their water. It's about to cool down. Here we go. Let's plant them out in the front. Where our cherry tree gets way too much sunlight, so we're just gonna put them. That's us going out the door. We're gonna put them out here. And we can also check in on the other mustard plant, see how it's doing. So this one, something was eating it, so it's still okay. And then over here we don't have one yet, but the big ones in the backyard are there, or we're waiting to put out here. I would put one here. This is where the sprinkler comes on. And these lilies are going to be going back in. They only come out for a short period of time. I think some of the shade for the lilies would do good. And then on this side, we have our a good size one that survived from outside in. You know what? Let's put it here. This is another place where we don't have a lot of sunlight beaming down. I'm just making sure I leave enough room for the big giant ones. You know what? I think this corner would be good for a big one. Let's put a big one, a smaller one further back. Yeah, the larger ones, they just look pretty in the corner. So and of course, I always like to do the hydroponics first, because once you come out, you start touching up all these outdoor things, like these plants. It's not healthy to go and touch the other ones. Let's get these off. Of course, you gotta wash your hands. As you can see, there was this little plant here is trying to start back. This is not my favorite plant. I express that. Clearing the space out. You see this one here kind of popping up here. You don't want it over here. So let's put one in. Yeah, over here is very cool. Again, when it snows, the snow doesn't melt here. And it snows very rarely. And in the rare snowing, it doesn't melt on this side. And you want to put them still a good distance apart. Even though this one doesn't grow as big as the other one, you still want some distance, a little space between the two, between them. This is the space for them. All right, let's water them in. Turn the water on. Water them in a little bit. Let's see, these people over here are just gonna do a little light water in. We're gonna have another week of nonstop rain. So light or something. Yeah, over here is at least 30 degrees cooler than whatever the temperature is outside. This is north facing. I feel like maybe I should start putting the lettuce out here too, but I'm leaving this area for mustard greens and much larger plants. So we got a lot of unidentified vegetation out here. I'm not ready to put the lettuce yet, but the greens will do fine because this is north facing and it is nice and cool over here. So the other plants on the other side were getting eaten by different animals, but these are doing very fine on this side. So this is where we're going to continue to add our mustard greens to this section, and the other ones, the other seedlings, we can add them here too. You know what? We should go check to see how they're doing. I wasn't the plant today, but we can go check it. This one, someone started eating it, but let's go back to see how they're doing. Yeah, these are our seeds. See if any seeds are ready to harvest. They got fly on them. Nope, we don't have any seeds ready to harvest. All right, so our seeds, those are our main seeds that came in. We put our plants in the nursery, and then we have our tomato plants. So also, while I was out, I got a windowsill. I'm going to attempt to do indoor tomato plants on the windowsill. Again, it was too hot outside, and the other ones, they didn't do too well. So we're going to be potting these, not today, probably later on in the week, because I have to put holes in it, figure out exactly where I want to put it, and mix it with other plants too. So I'm going to have a little indoor multi-plant situation going. Now I have to wash my hands. I'm going to spray them with our germ killer mixture here. No, I think I have to just use the other hand because I have dirt in my fingernails. All right, so I'm going to use my left hand because the other hand was outside. I'm just going to pop 5 minutes is up. Take our lavender out from soaking. Put it in with the rest of the plants. There we go. So we have our new plant added to our nursery. And we have our seeds lined up for next time. All right, well, thank you very much for joining. It's been Angelina and the team. The team member has just come back. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for notification when we're going live again. Also, our website, visit our website for more information, detailed descriptions on what we've talked about here at avgardening.com. And please support us at patreon.com, patreon/Angelina Verdant, VERDANT.com. We really appreciate your support and we thank you. Stay green always, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.